Hello and welcome to Columbus Motor Speedway. I'm Nate Pennington, and tonight, besides the regular Winston Racing Series, we have the Neymar's Midgets. And with names like Mel Kenyon, it's bound to be exciting. So stay tuned for all the racing action from here at Columbus Motor Speedway.
Ann Turner, Larry Lucas Jr. Fast qualifier in this division was Jack Runyon. I believe it was 14.193 the time, I believe, for Runyon. And run down the starting order for the first of three Neymar's Auto Value Midget Heat Races. On the pole from Crawfordsville, Indiana, car number 9, it's Brett Poole in the Beast Gertie. Outside, Mel Kenyon, 7-time National Midget Champion from Lebanon, Indiana. Mel Kenyon outside of row number 1. The second row, in car number 6T, it's Todd Thomas from Pittsboro, Indiana, and Jay McCune from Sylvania, Ohio. The third row, it's Bruce Roby at 11, and J.R. Armstrong in 56 from Zanesville. 71 is Kenny Irwin from Indianapolis. 21W Doug Wright. Then the last row, Ryan Newman in car 5N, and your fast qualifier, Jack Runyon in 7R. 10 laps, 5 cars, your first 5 finishers transfer. That's Brett Poole holding the early advantage, but now Todd Thomas looks to the inside down the backstretch. Also Mel Kenyon up there dicing with Thomas for that runner-up spot. Now we see Bruce Roby in car number 11. He works inside of Mel Kenyon. Your top 5, Brett Poole, Todd Thomas, Mel Kenyon, Bruce Roby, and Jimmy McHugh. And third spot, it's Kenny Irwin. I'm sorry, 6th spot is Kenny Irwin. Thomas continues to try that inside groove. Nobody yet trying to work that outside lane, as many of the stock car competitors find to their liking. Some dicing going on back in the pack. Now we see Jimmy McCune slip underneath Bruce Roby. McCune up to 4th spot in car 88. Todd Thomas continues to try to work beneath your leader, Brett Poole. Now, J.R. Armstrong is up to 6th spot. Oh, Armstrong and Ryan Newman almost made contact in turn 1. And we got a new leader, Todd Thomas, in car number 6. Mel Kenyon is now 2nd. Brett Poole back to 3rd spot. 7 laps in the record books. Now it's Jimmy McCune almost inside of 3rd place, Brett Poole. Ryan Newman, racing Ryan Newman, working on the outside of Bruce Roby. He's trying to grab that final transfer spot, the 5th spot. Your leader is Todd Thomas, white flag. And Newman now into that 5th and final transfer spot. He pulls in behind Jimmy McCune. He'll up to the inside of McCune down the backstretch. Meantime, close quarters back there is your winner, Todd Thomas. Mel Kenyon 2nd, 3rd, Brett Poole. 4th in a close race, Jimmy McCune, and 5th, car number 5, Ryan Newman. Ohio native, it's Terry Gibson, and beside him, Tom Fedorczyk out of Warren, Michigan. Row number 3, car 91, Mike Hurst from Indianapolis, Indiana, and Jimmy Screeton from Foster City, California in car 45. Then comes Art Bish out of Cave Creek, Arizona, and Bob Knock in 51 from Jamestown, Ohio. Next, Mike Bymaster in car 27 from Indianapolis. And on the tail with no qualifying time this evening, got here to the track late, out of Mooresville, Indiana, Barry Reed. Quickly the lineup again. On the pole, Dave Conine in. Outside, Dave Baumgartner. Then comes Terry Gibson and Tom Fedorczyk in row 2. Mike Hurst and Jimmy Screeton. Screeton from California in 45. Outside of row 3. Art Biss Jr. in 02. Bob Knock is 51 from Jamestown. And then the back row, Mike Bymaster and Barry Reed. 10 laps. The top 5 transfer to the main event. Dave Conine trying to stay inside of your outside front row starter, Dave Baumgartner. Conine the leader from Lima, Ohio. We see Terry Gibson in car 0, now runs second. Guy making the time on the outside is car 51, Bob Knock. He has come up from outside. He's come from the 8th starting spot on the outside in the red 51. Now Terry Gibson with a pass for the lead. Gibson from Ridgewood, Ohio, your leader. Moving into second is Tom Fedorczyk. Conine runs third, but now Jimmy Screeton from Foster City, California, in the black 45, takes over that third spot. We see a lot of smoke coming out of Dave Conine's number 98. He is off the pace on a backstretch. Now your 5th place car is Mike Bymaster in 27. Bymaster in 27, the white car, your 5th place and final transfer car at this juncture. 7 laps down. Your leader is still Terry Gibson. Second, Tom Fedorczyk. Third is Jimmy Screeton. Running 4th, Bob Knock. Now 5th, the heated battle as Mike Hurst challenges Mike Bymaster for 5th spot. White flag for Terry Gibson. Bymaster and we got Baumgartner, three abreast on the backstretch. Your winner is going to be Terry Gibson. Finishing second was Tom Fedorczyk. Third went to Bob Knock. Your 4th place finisher was Jimmy Screeton. And in 5th spot, your final transfer car, Dave Baumgartner. Third and final heat race. On the pole from Dayton, Ohio, Dave Shannon. Outside, Mike Mason from Wilmington, Ohio. Perry Younce in 21Y starts inside row 2. And beside him, Mike Schuyler from Yorktown, Indiana. Row 3, it's Ken Rice from Dayton. And Larry Gibson from Ridgewood, Ohio. Then comes 48, Rick Burdine from Indianapolis. And Dwayne Pearson from Lamont, Illinois in car 3. Finally, Craig Evers from Morinia, Michigan in 63. 10 laps. The leader is Mike Mason in car 75. In second place, it's Mike Schuyler in car number 10. Oh, and we got a hard contact with the wall. That is car 7, Dave Shannon. Car 7, Dave Shannon, and car 48, Rick Burdine. And both drivers are okay. Rick Burdine in car 48. His car is sponsored by Eagle Creek Copper Mason in 75. Second is car 10, Mike Schuyler. The third place car number 3, that's Dwayne Pearson. And fourth place, Perry Younts. And currently fifth is Larry Gibson. All right, car number 3, Dwayne Pearson, goes to the outside of Mike Schuyler. Pearson knows there's a second lane up there, and he's using it. Your leader is still Mike Mason. Dwayne Pearson continuing to work that outside lane. He will race Mason down the backstretch through turns 3 and 4, and Pearson is the new leader. Now it's Perry Younts' turn to challenge Mason for the runner-up spot. The race for that transfer spot, a heated one back there, the 5th spot between Larry Gibson and Ken Rice. So it's Dwayne Pearson from Lamont, Illinois out front. Perry Younts runs second. Mike Mason third. Mike Schuyler fourth, and right now Ken Rice is 5th. Larry Gibson is out in car number 00. 6 laps are down. Dwayne Pearson, the leader, in car number 3. And now we see car 21, Perry Younts. He's off the pace. Younts is slowing. He's off the pace on the backstretch. All right. White flag. And Perry Younts is off the track, and not far enough though. Yellow flag. The yellow flag as Perry Younts brings out the caution. Okay, 1 lap. All right, 1 lap. We'll get the green and the white together. See Ken Rice trying to make a move on Mike Schuyler for the 3rd spot. Meantime, Dwayne Pearson heck down. He'll win easily. Second will be Mike Mason. Third, Mike Schuyler. Fourth goes to Ken Rice. And your 5th and final transfer car is Greg Evers in car 63. So a wild race. A wild finish. And the name are a wild race, actually, with that incident with Rick Burdine in turn number 1 in that heat race. Let's hear it for all these drivers. Neymar's Auto Value Midget Series. We still have a B main coming a little bit later. Plus, of course, there's Pub entry of Mike Holland. And on the tail, your fast qualifier and new track record holder with a 15.739 qualifying time. Current point leader, Jimmy Kidd, on the tail. They tell me a number 12 was drawn for the inversion draw. That will mean that the top 12 cars will be inverted, starting the 12th fastest qualifier on the pole in the feature, and Jim Kidd in 12th spot in the feature event this evening. Okay, your 4-lap, 4-car trophy dash, ready to do battle. Don Gregory Jr., Mike Brown, Mike Holland, and Jimmy Kidd. All right, Mike Brown with the advantage in car 20. But Don Gregory Jr. fights back on the inside. Now Gregory takes command as Brown gets sideways off the 4th turn. He's sideways again in 2. He pulls that car into the bottom lane, closing the door on Mike Holland. Your leader gets the halfway sign. Gregory Jr. with 2 Trophy Dash wins this season. He'll get the white flag this time. That car is tuned up tonight. Damaged it heavily in the feature event last week, but I think they got everything back in the right place. Your winner, Don Gregory Jr. Mike Brown is 2nd, 3rd, Mike Holland, and 4th, Jimmy Kidd. His 3rd Trophy Dash victory of the 1994 racing season, Don Gregory Jr. Gregory, the 1992 Limited Sportsman Track Champion. Car is sponsored by Dick Beard Construction, Ohio Trailer Supply, Fox Bonding Company, XL Temporary Services, Fun Trail Vans, Driveline 1, All City Auto Wrecking. Number 5, Bob Gruball, and outside of Gruball in 15, it's Dave Beard. The 2nd row is Dave Ritchie Jr. and Bobby Allensworth. And row 3, car number 7, that's Don Townsend Jr. and car 44, Brett Oakley. And finally, Tim Rowenbeck and Tom Abram make up the 4th row. They'll race 8 laps, the Limited Sportsman First Heat race. Dave Beard with problems on that car 15. Tough break for those outside row starters. They went backwards. Your leader is Gruball. Oh, and Bob Gruball way sideways in turn 1. We also have a spin got him spinning all over the place. Yellow flag, caution on the speedway. We'll see if these guys see it. And they finally do. As Dave Beard in car 15 spins and brings out the caution flag. We'll start in the 2nd spot. 1 lap down, 7 laps remain. And it's Dave Ritchie Jr. quickly to the outside of Bob Gruball. Ritchie, your new leader, Dave Ritchie Jr. Now trying to make his way around is Don Townsend Jr. And Townsend, now your runner-up. 3rd spot is Bob Gruball. We see some paint being swapped back there between Tim Rowenbeck and Brett Oakley. Next, Bobby Allensworth runs 4th in car 36. Ritchie Jr. way out front. Now Tim Rowenbeck is up to the 4th spot. He's looking for a way around Bob Gruball. Five laps in the record books. Dave Ritchie with 1 heat race win this season. Looking for number 2. They'll get the white flag this time by the start-finish line. And his second heat race victory of 1994, Dave Ritchie Jr. Second goes to Don Townsend. Third, Bob Gruball. Fourth, Tim Rowenbeck. And fifth place, Brett Oakley in car 44. Let's hear a big round of applause for Dave Ritchie Jr., car 35. Ritchie's car sponsored by Wolf's Carpet and Repair, You-Do Personal Computer Repair, the Embroidery Point, and T-Car Racing. The Germantown, Ohio driver, Joe Hill. Row number 2, the Swart brothers, Kenny on the inside and Randy outside. In the third row, Jimmy McCulley with his best qualifying effort this season in 27. And beside him, 13, that is Jerry Jones. Then comes 01, Jerry Buck, and 0, Donnie Zero Hill. Townsend trying to fend off Joe Hill. Hill, a former track champion here at the Speedway. And we got a spin, Jimmy McCulley. McCulley in car 27 brings out the caution. Buddy Townsend, this time with a car length advantage down the backstretch. And another flat tire. Looks like Jerry Jones must have got into the side of one of the other competitors down in turn 4. He is off the track. Jones is out. Buddy Townsend now tries to fend off Ken Sword. Sword, the defending track champion here at the Speedway. And now Kenny Sword, the leader. Buddy Townsend runs second. Third is Randy Sword. And in fourth, Joe Hill. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Now Townsend getting some heat from Kenny's brother Randy Sword. Ken Sword is winless in heat race action this season. He has one Trophy Dash victory, but yet to visit victory lane in the heat race action. Now the battle being waged between Randy Sword and Buddy Townsend for the runner-up spot. White flag this time. Sword now second. He'll set his sights on brother Ken. But your winner will be Ken Sword in car 74. Second through fifth goes to Randy Sword, Buddy Townsend, Joe Hill, and Jerry Buck. lap is, will go as follows. On the pole, your fourth fast late model qualifier is car number 5. Starts on the pole. That's Mike Stacy in 5. Outside from New Carlisle, Ohio, the third fast qualifier, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Second fast time this evening in car 7 is Danny Eves, and on the tail, your fast qualifier, Mike Ward, 4 laps. And a false start will get the cars relined up and try it again. Again, we're going to try to get we changed the procedures for the initial starts a little bit a couple weeks ago, and Mike Stacy was off to a little quick start. We're trying to get him to start a little bit slower and wait until they get down in the middle of 3 and 4 before they accelerate. All right, 4 laps to go. Mike Stacy fends off Dunleavy in turn 2. Stacy the leader. Dan Eves runs second in car number 7. Mike Ward with handling trouble on car 661. He almost spun down the front stretch. Stacy will get the halfway signal this time. It's Mike Stacy, Danny Eves, Dick Dunleavy, and Mike Ward. The white flag this time. All the cars very evenly matched, running about 1 car length away from each other. Your winner from Enid, Ohio, Mike Stacy. Second is Danny Eves. Third goes to Dick Dunleavy Jr. And Mike Ward is 4th. The first Trophy Dash win of 1994 for Mike Stacy. Car sponsored by Fast Racing Engines, owned by Paul Storr. 1994 Camaro. In car 77, Danny Brown, and alongside from Xenia, Ohio, Scott Drake. Row number 2 consists of Mike Simpson in 16, and car number 1, Terry Humphrey. Then comes 90, Ron Freebus, 64, Bobby Fye, and on the tail, car 94, Robbie Dean. Be underway, 1 lap. NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model first heat race. Drake gets a jump off the 4th turn. He'll lead down on the backstretch as Danny Brown tries to fend off Terry Humphrey. Now Humphrey runs second. Danny Brown 3rd. Mike Simpson is 4th. Humphrey now closing it in on Drake. They'll complete lap number 3 this time. Scott Drake slips up in turn 1. Humphrey to the inside of the car 91 down the backstretch. The race for the lead. Smoke out of car number 1. Humphrey is off the pace on the backstretch. halfway this time for Scott Drake. Okay, yellow flag. Scott Drake running much faster than his qualifying time. So he will go to the tail and he'll go to the infield. Again, these cars are allowed to run a quarter, 1,500ths of a second faster than their qualifying time. And if they run more than that, faster than their qualifying time, they break out. And that's the case with Scott Drake. Danny Brown is third. 6 laps are complete. Mike Simpson still with the lead. Robbie Dean pulls right up on his deck lid down the backstretch. Still Danny Brown third. Now Dean to the outside of your leader, Mike Simpson. 2 laps to go. The white flag this time for Mike Simpson. Again, the 5-time track champion challenging the second-year driver. It'll be close. It's going to be Mike Simpson. Robbie Dean is second. Third, Danny Brown. Fourth is Ron Freebus. That's Simpson's first heat race victory of 1994. His car is sponsored by MAD Diesel Service, TCI Tire Centers, Larry Simpson Trucking, and B. Martin Auto Care. Okay, we understand that Bob Neubauer, our man on the spot, is with Mike Ward in the pit area. Pete Bocook. In row 2, car 44, Joe DeFelice, and 39, Randy Maynard Jr. Then comes Donnie Renner in car 92, and 81, Don Wetnall. Rounding out the field, car 26, that's Bill Kentley, and 83, Lonnie Rush. 10 laps, 8 cars, your second late model heat race. Bobby Bocook with the advantage down the backstretch. Bocook will lead lap number 1. Now it's Randy Maynard Jr. challenging Burgess White for the runner-up spot. Don Wetnall is fourth in car 81. And Maynard is second, car 39 now. Still Bobby Bocook with about a 5-car length advantage. Make that about a 10-car length advantage now for Bocook as Wetnall tries to draw in on the back of Randy Maynard Jr. Third, Don Wetnall. Now Donnie Renner is up to 4th spot. Joe DeFelice 5th. flag, this time for Bobby Boca. With his second heat race victory of 1994, Bobby Boca. Randy Maynard Jr. is second. Third goes to Don Wetnall. Donnie Renner is fourth, and Joe DeFelice comes home fifth. Let's hear it for Bobby Bocook, your winner. Car sponsored by Central Ohio Engines, B. Martin and Son Auto Care, Skinner Diesel, Ferguson Lawn Care, REZ Trucking, Angelina's Villa Pizza, and C&M Towing. So that'll do it for late model. Looks as though Heavy Hill may have a problem with car 70. Now Hill apparently has found the fire in car 70. Alright, here we go with the lineup. Your fastest four street stock qualifiers this evening. On the pole in car 70, Heavy Hill. Hill in 70 alongside car 26. It's Scott Stevens. The second row, car 17, Steve Tuttle, your new point leader this week. And alongside him, car 22, Donald Parsons. They'll dice out for 4 racing laps. They were getting bored back in the pit area. They want to be out here on the racetrack as long as possible. So they're, here we go. Hopefully we'll get them going a little bit faster on the backstretch. Come on, guys. Kelly Knuckles to the pit concession stand, please. Kelly Knuckles to the pit concession stand. To start. Heavy Hill with a slight advantage down the backstretch. 3 laps to go this time by. Scott Stevens trying to work his way around Hill on the outside. Stevens now with a slight advantage. And Steve Tuttle looking to the inside of Hill. Halfway for Scott Stevens this time. And Stevens the leader. Also moving around Hill is Donald Parsons. Parsons will go after Stevens in turn 4. White flag this time. Donald Parsons, a fast qualifier tonight. He's trying to work the outside lane of around Scott Stevens. They'll race hard into turn 4. It's gonna be close. Your winner, Donald Parsons. Second to Scott Stevens. Heavy Hill is third, and Steve Tuttle fourth. Parsons, the third winner. This car sponsored by Custom Builders, Delcar Auto Wrecking, Custom Clutch, Big JR's Towing, Steering Gear, and Kimball's Towing. Let's see, that is the fifth Trophy Dash win for Donald Parsons this season. In the second row, for the street stocks. 33, that's Leonard Jarvis, and 41 is Jim New. Then comes car 18, Bo Davis, and 20, that's Denver Wise. Next, we've got 5 is Daryl Dexter, 47, Randy Tharp, and 99, Kevin Nowak. Ready to do battle here on Goodale Transmission, Night at the Races. Mike Litchfield Jr. and Russ Harper, the pace setters, they prepare to do battle for 8 laps. The street stock first heat event. Got contact in turn 4. Denver Wise into that turn 4 wall. We'll see if he can get that car. And Wise has got that car refired. Meantime, Mike Litchfield Jr., the leader in car 94. Second is Jim New. Bo Davis is third. And now we got Russ Harper short tracking again. Russ. Oh, 3 abreast, the race for the lead. Mike Litchfield Jr. spins. Oh, Kevin Nowak just misses him. Litchfield in turn 4 trying to find a fire in that car. He's rolling backwards. Now he's got it rolling. Your leader is Bo Davis in car 18. Jim New is second. Daryl Dexter third, halfway. And guess who's up into turn 4 again? And now we got a red flag down in turn 2. Mike Litchfield and Daryl Dexter. And turn number 2 over there. We'll check on the condition of those drivers.
Brent Bays to the Speedway office.
We have a message for Brent Bays. Brent Bays to the Speedway office, please. Apparently, we don't see any frantic activity over there, so we're assuming both drivers are okay. Okay, so the report is that both drivers, Daryl Dexter and Mike Litchfield Jr., are okay.
Oh, I'm Nate Pennington, and we're having temporary audio difficulties from Jeff Knuckles. We got it, and we are working on it, but it looks like I'm going to have to announce the rest of this race. Bo Davis is your leader, Jim New in second, the 99 car of Kevin Nowak, and the 47 of Randy Tharp, your top 4. And we should get a green flag this time by. And the green flag flies, and we are racing once again. And Randy Tharp pulls to the outside of the 99 of Kevin Nowak. Nowak on the inside, Randy Tharp on the outside. And now Tharp has that third position. He'll set his sights on Jim New in the second position. Randy Tharp, car number 47, your man on the move.
Tight battle for the runner-up spot between Jim New and Randy Tharp.
And now Nowak fights back underneath Tharp as Tharp continues to look outside of the 41 of Jim New. Russ Harper slow down the front straightaway. White flag for your leader, Bo Davis. Randy Tharp now second. Jim New back to third. Kevin Nowak in fourth, but he looks underneath New down the back straightaway. And as they come through turns 3 and 4, this time, your winner, Bo Davis, Randy Tharp. Oh, and Tharp spins across the line. He still gets second. And third ended up being Kevin Nowak. Fourth will be Jim New. And Randy Tharp slides her home for second. Your winner, car number 18, Bo Davis. I want to thank Gary and his friends for working on my audio. They are working on it right now. We should be back to full song here in just a couple of seconds. Car number 18, Bo Davis, your winner. I'm not sure of all the sponsors on that car, but I know Muffler King is one because I can see that nice and big and clear. Bo Davis, car number 18, your winner.
Here comes Bruce Holmes, Jamie Hunt. Fourth row is Jimmy Romans and Bubba Parsons, and on the tail, Don Holland.
Yeah.
We need Walter Sexton to meet the squad at the body shop. Walter Sexton, meet the squad at the body shop. Okay. Your leader is Herm Hundley. 1 lap down this time. A race for second through 10th, the tight one. Gary Lamer now runs second. It's Herm Hundley, Gary Lamer. Bruce Holmes is third. Now Holmes challenging. He'll supplant Herm Hundley to the second spot. Gary Lamer spins in turn 4. He and Rick Rodewald make contact halfway. We'll see if Rodewald and Lamer get those cars back rolling. They do. No red. Your leader is Bruce Holmes, but now Jimmy Romans putting the pressure on him. 5 laps complete this time. Romans and Holmes go at it down the backstretch. Herm Hundley runs third. Bubba Parsons fourth. The white flag this time for Jimmy Romans in car 36. Romans will pick up his second heat race victory of the season. Jimmy Romans. Bruce Holmes is second. Herm Hundley third. Jamie Hunt fourth. And fifth, Bubba Parsons. Romans with his second heat race victory. Car sponsored by Maynard's Towing, Osborne's Collision, and who else? Cyrus Printing. We understand Bob Neubauer is standing by in the pit area B main following this heat race for the Midgets.
You guys need to get the message.
Okay, now the lineup for the third and final street stock heat event. Bob Moore in car number 8 starts first. Outside of him in 15, that's Norm Ackerman. The second row, we've got Greg Wendell and Mike Schweier. Then in row number 3, starting inside, that's Dave Deisinger. Outside is Kevin Lococo. The fourth row, car 79, car 4, Phil Gussler, and 91, Sean Gray. And finally, on the tail, 31, Jim Hersey. 8 laps. Ackerman the leader down the backstretch. That's Bob Moore running second. Third is Mike Schweier. Now Dave Deisinger in pursuit of Schweier. Bob Moore out of control in turn 2 down the backstretch. He recovers. Schweier now second. Norm Ackerman still the leader. Dave Deisinger in third spot. Phil Gussler up to fourth. Now Schweier putting the pressure on the leader. Halfway, 4 laps down. Greg Wendell with quite an exit off of the fourth turn. The battle up front looks like a trophy dash start just about. And Sean Gray spins in turn 2. He is back underway. Mike Schweier, the new leader. Car 43, your leader. He'll get the white flag this time. White flag. Now Dave Deisinger trying to work his way around Norman Ackerman for the runner-up spot. And winning is Mike Schweier. Mike Schweier, the winner. Second place, Norman Ackerman. Dave Deisinger comes home third. Fourth is Phil Gussler. And fifth, Kevin Lococo. So don't run away, folks. The Neymar's Auto Value Midget B Main is next. Schweier's car is sponsored by Solo Mufflers, Vans Auto Body, Direct Painting, and Lanahan Auto Body. That is Mike Schweier's first heat race win of 1994. That is Doug Wright. Second row in car 71. Car number 71. That's Kenny Irwin from Indianapolis, Indiana. Beside him, car 56, J.R. Armstrong. Then Bruce Roby starts on the inside of the third row. Outside of him in 02, Art Bish Jr. from Cave Creek, Arizona. Let's see, then the next row, the fourth row, we've got car 91. That driver is Mike Hurst from Indianapolis, Indiana. Outside of Mike in 00, it's Larry Gibson from Richwood. Finally, the last row, car number 21 is Perry Younts, and outside of him, that's Barry Reed. Okay, 12 laps. Only the top 5 finishers move into the 30-lap main event. Contact in turn 4 is J.R. Armstrong and Bruce Roby get together. Armstrong recovers. He runs 5th. Your leader is Jack Runyon. Jack Runyon out front. Doug Wright is 2nd. 3rd, Kenny Irwin. 4th, Bruce Roby, and 5th, J.R. Armstrong. Now Barry Reed puts some pressure. Barry Reed in car 16 pressuring J.R. Armstrong for the 5th and final transfer spot. Barry Reed in the blue 16. Jack Runyon out front. Now Barry Reed alongside J.R. Armstrong for 5th spot. The battle on the backstretch. Barry Reed working on the outside in car 16. Now Reed goes after car 11, Bruce Roby. Reed is on the move in the blue 16. And a spin. Car 00, Larry Gibson with a spin in the 4th turn. That will negate one of the passes anyway of Barry Reed. We'll have to go back to the previous completed green flag lap. Everybody else will put it on a trailer if they stay the same. Now J.R. Armstrong inside of Bruce Roby, and Roby is upside down in turn 4. Roby has turned back over. We see his arms moving around. He looks like he's taking the steering wheel off, and he is okay. Appears to be all right. Jack Runyon leads them to the green flag. 4 laps to go. Wastes no time. He goes to the outside of Kenny Irwin in turn 1. And Doug Wright is off the pace in car 21. Barry Reed runs 2nd. Tough break for Doug Wright. Your 2nd place car is out. Jack Runyon your leader, but Barry Reed trying to trace. He's chasing him down. Kenny Irwin runs 3rd. And 4th spot is Perry Younts. 5th, Mike Hurst. White flag this time for Jack Runyon. Barry Reed creeping closer and closer, but he's going to run out of laps. Your winner, Jack Runyon. Barry Reed finishes 2nd, 3rd, Kenny Irwin. 4th goes to Perry Younts. And your 5th and final transfer car is Mike Hurst from Indianapolis. Larry Gibson in car 00 will be an alternate. He does not make the show, nor does car 02 Art Bish Jr.
As we take a look at Columbus Motor Speedway at night from the outside looking in, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that Penstroke Productions not only videotapes here at Columbus Motor Speedway each and every week, but at Killcare Speedway and Killcare Dragway for the Midwest's finest video racing series, Penstroke Productions.
Red number 51 outside of row 1 in car number 9 out of Crawfordsville, Indiana, Brett Poole. Brett Poole in 9. This inside of row number 2, car 61 from Lebanon, Indiana, the 7-time national champion, Mel Kenyon. Outside of Kenyon in car 6, the current point leader in this division from Pittsboro, Indiana, Todd Thomas. In the 3rd row, car number 88, a young man who is a graduate of quarter midgets out of Sylvania, Ohio. Inside row number 3, Jimmy McCune. Outside of that row, starting in the 6th spot, car 71, it's Kenny Irwin. Inside row number 4 in 5W, car number 5, that is Ryan Newman. Newman in 5N, that is, 5N. Then comes 7R, your new track record holder fast qualifier tonight. Jack Runyon starts outside of row 4. Next up, car 45 from California. Hometown is Foster City, California. Jimmy Streethen in 45. Car number 91 is next. That's Mike Hurst from Indianapolis. Then comes 61, Tom Fedorczyk. And outside car 00, that's Terry Gibson. Then we've got car 38. The driver is Dave Baumgardner. And car number 3, Dwayne Pearson. Then comes car 0, Kenny Rice. Number 10, Mike Schuyler. 21, Perry Younts. 75, Mike Mason. 63 is Craig Evers. 16, Barry Reed. 00 is Larry Gibson. And on the tail in car 02, that's Bruce Roby. Bruce Roby will drive car 02 in the feature event. So that's it. We'll go down. We need to get, we've got a white flag. Maybe the next time by, we'll take it down to our expert announcer in the infield, Bob Neubauer, for the sit-off. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, Jeff, these are the cars, these are the stars that you see on Thursday Night Thunder. These are the people that you see on national television, and hopefully these are the future stars of Indianapolis and of the bigger, major open-wheel competitions that are coming. Let's come here tonight from California, Pennsylvania, Michigan, to put the show on. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, an open-wheel tradition in racing. As they come around this time, we want everybody that's up here tonight, everybody, stand up, get to your feet, let these drivers up the ship. Come on, let's go. Let your programs, let your hats, send these guys up on the back feature.
So we're ready to do battle for 30 laps on the 3rd mile oval here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Bob Knock from Jamestown, Indiana, and Brett Poole from Crawfordsville, Indiana, make up row number 1. 30 laps. The Neymar's Auto Value Midget Series is off. That's Brett Poole trying to hold the outside on Bob Knock. Knock, now your leader. And we got 3 abreast down in turn 1 as Mel Kenyon moves inside of Brett Poole. Kenyon now runs 2nd. Brett Poole is 3rd. Your leader is Bob Knock. Todd Thomas working the outside lane in that Sam Eisenhower Volkswagen. Thomas in the car number 6. He'll go to the outside of Mel Kenyon for 2nd spot. It's still Bob Knox, Mel Kenyon, Todd Thomas, Brett Poole third. Kenny Irwin is fifth in car number 71. Sixth is Jimmy McCune. Barry Reed in car 16 has passed about 6 or 7 cars in car 16 from the tail. Lap traffic ahead. The cars get around 02 Roby. Kenyon still runs second. Bob Knox your leader. Complete. Now Bruce Roby is out in car 02. Now Jimmy McCune will try the outside of Kenny Irwin. McCune now moves around Irwin. Next is Ryan Newman, but Irwin slams the door on Newman in turn 1. Now Newman's had enough of Irwin. He moves around the outside. Ryan Newman up to 6th spot in car 5. Your leader is still Jamestown, Ohio's Bob Knox. Mel Kenyon runs second. Third is Todd Thomas. Fourth, Jimmy McCune. Now fifth, Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, your second fast qualifier, is up to 5th spot. He follows Jimmy McCune around lap traffic. And now Jack Runyon has moved past Red Bull. A spin off the second turn. Yellow flag. We can't make out the car number. I believe that's Fedorczyk. Second. Thomas has a flat right rear tire. Tough break for the current point leader, Todd Thomas. He is slowing in 6th, a flat right rear tire on that car. Tight battle for the lead. Thomas pulls to a stop in turn 2. Ryan Newman and Jack Runyon, all about 17 or 18 years old. 15 laps to go. Oh, and Ryan Newman, contact with Jimmy McCune in turn 2. Newman keeps it going, but he's way in the back. McCune now third. Jack Runyon runs 4th. Barry Reed continues to move towards the front. He started 20th in the blue 16 car. He now runs 6th in 16. car that pulled out. Car we thought was going to pull to a stop in turn 2, Ryan Newman. He got off the racetrack, but we thought he was going to stop in turn 2. White flag will get us start the next time. 18 laps are down. Second spot in car 45, the California driver, Jimmy Screeton. Fifth spot. Barry Reed on the move. Barry Reed in car 16 is fifth. All the way from 20th starting spot. Your leader continues to be Bob Knox. Now Barry Reed goes to work on Jack Runyon. The blue 16 car on the move. He takes on your fast qualifier tonight, Jack Runyon, but he can't make it stick. And now, Runyon bobbles in turn 1. Reed and Runyon still go at it for 4th spot. Your leader, Bob Knox, 5 laps to go. Now Barry Reed is 4th. Fourth turn, he now runs 5th. White flag. White flag. Your leader, Bob Knox, down the backstretch. And he'll win it, green to checkered. Bob Knox from Jamestown, Ohio. Finishing second is Mel Kenyon. Third, Jimmy McCune. Fourth, Barry Reed. And fifth, Terry Gibson. So let's hear it all for all of the Neymars Auto Value Midget Series drivers. Here, okay. Okay, we'll go down track side with Bob Neubauer. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, Jeff will give Bobby a second to get the helmet off here as he gets all the paraphernalia unstrapped, and we'll get the balaclava off the head. That's what we've been waiting for. And now we, a little assistance from the owner too, Bobby.
Come on, Bobby.
Let's walk up front here. You look like you're sweating a little bit. Not an easy one?
It's
never easy, and I mean, we got a break tonight. We started on the front, but there's an awful lot of good race cars. I just kept waiting for somebody to come. We just lucked out. I'm just tickled to death. Yeah, there was some old guy, Kenyon or something back there, that was kind of giving some competition. I was racing at Columbus for the first time this year. The Knuckles have paved this racetrack, and they've done a beautiful job. I mean, it's nice, it's smooth, it's safe, it's consistent. I love it. and as long as you can win again, you want to come back, right? They've got me coming back for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a good run right from the start. How about a hand once again for our midget winner tonight, Bobby Knox.
The lineup goes like this. On the pole in car 76, it's Buddy Townsend. Outside car 70, Joe Hill. The second row, the Ford brothers, Kenny on the inside and Randy outside of row number 2. And the third row, Donnie Zero Hill in the budget car sales entry. And alongside, it's car 27, Jim McCulley. Row 4 consists of 01, Jerry Buck, and 13, Jerry Jones. Then comes car number 2, that is Don Gregory Jr., and outside of him, 20, Mike Brown. Then we've got your 2 fastest qualifiers. Car 86 starts inside of row number 6, that is Mike Holland, and outside your fast qualifier and new track record holder, Jimmy Kidd. Then behind the Kid comes Tom Abrams in 8. 55 is Tim Rowenbeck. Car 44 is Brett Oakley in 44. Car number 7, Don Townsend Jr. 36, Bobby Allensworth. 35, Dave Ritchie Jr. 15, Dave Beard. And car number 5, Bob Gruball. 20 limited sportsman competitors going at it for 30 laps. One down, 3 to go in feature event action. Again, for you open wheel fans, the next open wheel. Buddy Townsend leads down the backstretch. Joe Hill fights back on the outside. Contact in turn number 2 between Tom Abram and Jim McCulley. Everybody keeps going. And your leader is Joe Hill. Joe Hill in 70 out front. Randy Sward is second. Goes to the outside of Joe Hill for the lead. Donnie Zero Hill runs third. Randy Sward, now your new leader, takes over from Joe Hill. Complete. Now it's Zero Hill taking it to Randy Sward. He'll go to the outside of your leader. Randy Sward still the leader. Zero Hill is second. Ken Sward third. Ken Sword third. Don Gregory Jr. is fourth, and Mike Brown fifth. Don Gregory Jr. goes to the outside of Kenny Sword. Halfway this time. Halfway. And Don Gregory Jr. now goes for second spot. Jr. is now second. Mike Brown started 10th. He is up to third spot. Live traffic as Zero Hill goes around Bob Gruball and Jim McCulley. This time as Gregory appears to be closing on Zero Hill. Third place is Mike Brown, fourth Randy Sword, fifth Ken Sword. Now Jim Kidd is up to sixth position. Headway on Zero Hill. Now Mike Brown will challenge him. Now the Sword brothers go at it for fourth spot. Kenny and Randy. To go, 5 laps. Don Gregory Jr. driving that car for all it's worth, trying to catch up to his good friend Zero Hill. Still Mike Brown right on Gregory's back bumper. Now Ken Sword is up to fourth. the spin in turn 4 on the last lap, coming to the checkered flag. Your winner is Zero Hill. So again, Don Gregory Jr. runs second. Third goes to Mike Brown unofficially. I believe fourth is Ken Sword. Fifth unofficially was Randy Sword. And I think sixth spot was Jim Kidd. But I'll try to get you an official top 10 rundown as soon as I have one available. So green, white, checkered, without a caution, the limited sportsman 30-lapper is history. With Zero Hill, here is the official top 10 finish order. Your winner was Zero Hill, second Don Gregory Jr., who comes out to congratulate his good friend. He's going to spray him with some water. Third place finisher, Mike Brown. Up, and we got a dueling cart race. We're going to have to get an accident report on that one, I think. Let's see, Mike Brown finishes third. The fourth place finish. Alongside of him in 83, the Bob Evans 94 Camaro, the V6 of Lonnie Rush Sr. In row 3, car number 5 from Enon, Ohio, Mike Stacy, and beside him, New Carlisle, Ohio driver, that's Dick Dunleavy Jr. In row number 4, car 7, the driver is Danny Eves, and alongside of him, Randy Maynard Jr. Then comes 44, that's Joe DeFelice, and car number 2, Bobby Bocook. Then we have the car 61, who is taking the $2,200 Winston Challenge tonight by starting in 11th spot. If Mike Ward wins the race, he'll take home $2,200 in bonus money. Along with him in that row is car 59, Burgess White. Then comes Robbie Dean in 94, and 64, that's Bobby Fye. Then we've got 90, Ron Freebus. Car number 1, Terry Humphrey. 16, Mike Simpson. 91, Scott Drake. 77, Danny Brown. And 98, that is Mike Denny. Okay, 35 laps. Wetnall off to a quick start. That car and Renner, he and Wetnall go at it. Dick Dunleavy looks to be the man on the move in the black 11. Dunleavy is up to 4th. Lonnie Rush and Bill Cantley make contact in turn 2. Both drivers keep their cars going. Your leader is Don Wetnall. And Randy Maynard was sideways into turn 2. He keeps going. Donnie Renner second, Bill Cantley third. high groove around Bill Cantley. Wetnall and Ritter are moving out. Mike Ward mired in traffic. Car 7 off the pace. He was second fast tonight. He is slowing in car 7. Your 92 track champ now is closed up on the back bumper of Don Wetnall for the lead. Now Mike Stacy. Stacy is third. The race for the lead. Stacy closing on the leaders. Now Bill Cantley off the pace in car 26. Cantley with a flat tire. He spins in turn 2. The yellow flag. Randy Maynard. Mike Stacy immediately, the outside of Donnie Ritter. Stacy is on the move. And now, yellow flag in turn 1. So it looks as though Scott Drake and Danny Eves have made contact in turn 1. We also see Mike Simpson up there in that involved in that incident, as is Mike Denny, I believe, the other car. The initial contact, I'm told, Scott Drake and Danny Eves, the initial reason for that caution flag. It's a tough break as Mike Stacy had immediately moved it. And we got a spin as Danny Eves looped it in turn 2. Again, Stacy to the outside. Dick Dunleavy Jr. is up to 4th. Honey Rush. Slow on the front stretch. yellow flag as Robbie Dean pulls to a stop in turn 4. I just knew that limited sportsman feature went too smooth. All right, 16 laps are down. And Mike Stacy, I believe, will be the leader on the restart, and he will. Mike Stacy, the leader. Don Wetnall will start in second spot. Starting in the third spot should be Donnie Renner. So we've got those the top three. And we've got and we got a false start. False start. We had some cars out of line in the back of the pack. So we're going to reline them up. Complete restart of that last start anyway. "16 laps are down." Dunleavy Jr. has moved to third spot. He'll go after Don Wetnall next. Stacy still the leader. Don Freebus off the track in car number 90. And Bob Bocook swapping paint down there at turn number 2. Mike Ward mired in that traffic back there in the back of the pack. is up to 6th spot in car number 1. Mike Stacy is checking out. Dick Dunleavy Jr., your runner-up in car number 11. We see Joe DeFelice pressuring Donnie Renner for 4th spot. 5 laps to go. Dunleavy is closing on Stacy. Dick Dunleavy closing on your leader. White flag this time for Mike Stacy. And we got a caution flag. Bob Book in car number 2. Checkered. This time for Mike Stacy. With his first feature win of 1994, Mike Stacy. Finishing second, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Third, Don Wettenall. Fourth, Donnie Renner. And 5th, Joe DeFelice. Stacy's car owned by Paul Storer, sponsored by Fast Racing Engines. Mike Stacy getting the helmet off. A young man from Enon, Ohio, crawls out from behind the wheel of the Paul Storer 94 Camaro. Your winner, Mike Stacy. Switch down to Bob Neubauer for an interview, a word with Mike Stacy. Go ahead, Bob.
Mike, so far this year you've been 4th, you've been 3rd, you've been 2nd, but now you got the win. about time, that's all I got to say. We've worked real hard for it. I appreciate Paul Storr and all the crew. They make it all possible and give me such a good race car to drive. We've kind of struggled on our setups, but I think we're getting really close.
Did you think this thing was ever going to end?
I thought we were going to run out of gas. I was hoping they put enough gas in so we didn't run out.
Well, you're the 9th different winner out of 12 races this year. You going to come back and win another one?
I think we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mike Stacey, your feature winner in the late models.
Rick Rodewald, Gary Lamer, Herb Pennington, Bruce Holmes, and Jamie Hunt. Then we've got Jimmy Romans, Bubba Parsons, Norm Ackerman, and Greg Wendell, Mike Schweier, Jim Hersey, Dave Dysinger, Kevin Lococo, Phil Gussler and Heavy Hill, Scott Stevens and Sean Gray, Steve Tuttle, Donald Parsons, Bob Moore, and Denver Wise. 25 laps. Leads lap number 1. Kevin Nowak is second. Third, Herm Hundley. Fourth, Rick Rodewald, but now Rodewald challenging Hundley for a third spot. Big time action on the backstretch. Red flag.
Car, he's hurt.
Come on around here, Randy. We want to get a start. Green flag. We're underway. That's Randy Tharp, the leader. He'll complete lap number 3 this time, hopefully. Car 91, Sean Gray spins on the front stretch. Your leader is still Randy Tharp. Kevin Nowak runs second. Rick Rodewald third. Now up to fourth spot is Mike Schweier. Schweier runs fourth. He'll go after the third place car of Rodewald's. Schweier and Rodewald. Great pain in turn 3. Car 47, the green and yellow 47, and the fourth turn is your leader. Has broken out. Randy Tharp much faster than his qualifying time. He started up toward the front of the feature. He has been disqualified for running too much faster than his qualifying time. He started on the pole and he is out. Your leader is Mike Schweier. Second is Kevin Nowak. We see car 26 Scott Stevens outing in the infield as well. Schweier started 15th in this event, and he is your leader. See Dave Dysinger on the outside of Kevin Nowak, going at it for second spot. We've got oil in turn 3. Car 34, 11 laps down, almost halfway through this event. And Dysinger wastes little time. He goes to the inside of Nowak, as does Jamie Hunt. Now we see Rick Rodewalt off the track on the backstretch. Up to 4 spots. Parsons is 4th in car 22. Ten laps to go. Pennington. Infield is up to 10 cars. And now car 22 runs 3rd. Tom Parsons 3rd and closing on the leaders. Dave Dysinger is also closing slightly on Mike Schweier. Jamie Hunt is 4th. Heavy Hill 5th. Donald Parsons to the inside of Dave Dysinger for the runner-up spot. Parsons is 2nd. The only car left for Parsons. He'll take him to task in turn 4. And your leader is Donald Parsons. 5 laps to go. Mike Schweier 2nd. 3rd is Dave Dysinger. 4th is Steve Tuttle. Jamie Hunt is 5th. Now Donald Parsons making a lapper out of it. He pulls away to a comfortable advantage over Mike Schweier. Battle back there for that 5th spot between Heavy Hill and Jamie Hunt. And Hill is now 5th. White flag this time for 22, Donald Parsons. With his 3rd feature win of 1994 on Goodale Transmission Night, Donald Parsons. 2nd is Mike Schweier. Dave Deisinger 3rd. 4th, Steve Tuttle. 5th, Heavy Hill. 6th, Jamie Hunt. 7th, Kevin Lococo. 8th will go to Norman Ackerman. 9th, Jim Hersey. And 10th, unofficially, those last several spots. I'll get you an official top 10 rundown as soon as I have one available. Thanks for being so patient tonight, folks. We had a lot of action going on here on the 3rd mile and off the 3rd mile. But we want to say thanks for coming out on Goodale Transmission Night at the races. We want to thank also the folks from Goodale Truck, Auto Parts, and Transmission for supporting us here in the Sporting NASCAR Winston Racing Series competition here at the Speedway.
We've been trying. Last couple of weeks, we had some bad luck last week. 3 weeks before that, we did 2nd. We were just holding in there. Steve, sorry I didn't finish in the infield this week.
Number 3, we still battling for points leader?
Definitely.
There's your winner, Don Parsons, and Jeff, we'll let you wrap this thing up.
All right, so a full night of action in all 4 racing divisions.